Hello, everyone. How are you doing? This is Daryl Guberman, CEO of Guberman PMC LLC, quality consulting firm here in Connecticut. We've been open now going on 12 years as of August 2023. Today, this video is a culmination of things. It is about nuclear-powered China spy balloon terrifies the Pentagon over nuclear missile facilities and the United States. Yes, we heard that this morning that the Pentagon was following this nuclear-powered balloon, more than likely from China. It flew several thousand miles over the ocean, and here we go. It's absolutely unbelievable. I'm going to show you how affiliations has caused the Pentagon's fear, but the real fear is we feel that balloon was nuclear or is nuclear powered. That's why they were scared to shoot it down out of the sky. They will never tell you the truth. We've done a lot of our background is aerospace. As many of you know, you will find a lot more data down below in the description. But let's continue on. And I'm going to show you about affiliations. That between 2015 and 21, our Pentagon had been compromised by communist China. Yes, that is a fact. In fact, we have some special guests here. We have Mr. Christopher Wray, the director of the FBI, whose animosity towards China comes out in every one of his deliberations and every one of his questioning by Congress and the Senate concerning China and how they affect our society. This is a case in point with a balloon going over our head, looking especially at the Minuteman III missile arenas that are missile silos that are in Montana from what we've gathered. And let's continue, all right? You have ANSI. The American National Standards Institute is a private, not-for-profit, non-governmental corporation who has federal agencies and corporations on board. In 2015, Randy Doherty, the vice president of the ANAB, the chairman of the IAF, and also the principal on the IAF tax report, handed over leadership of the International Accreditation Forum that's incorporated in Delaware to this communist Chinese national, Zhao Jinwu, who has been involved with our quality, ladies and gentlemen, business owners, since 1994. He is also the chief executive of the China National Accreditation Services, the organization that certified the suspect COVID release lab, BioLevel 4 lab in Wuhan, China. You also have the factor that he is mandated by his country of origin, Communist China, to take your data through the China National, or anybody's data, through the China National Intelligence Law, Article number 7. Between 2017, Randy Doherty, who at the time was named vice president, he was a technical advisor in 2017, if you read his emails, but on the DHS website, he was named as the vice president of ANAP. Furthermore, they have a Phil Matheson, who was getting $262,000 as a royalty payment, which means it's basically not taxable. Phil Matheson, who's getting paid by ANSI and also his federal salary, sitting on ANSI, while Randy was sitting on a government agency where he is representing a private concern. That's like Walmart being advertised on the DHS. That's like Amazon. That's like Google being advertised. Well, Randy was being advertised. My feeling is because one hand scratches the other, and because they was paying a salary or a royalty payment to Phil Matheson of the DHS. You know, that's why Randy was sitting there. I did a video. They took him down. Continue on. ANSI took over complete control over ANAB in 2018. You have federal agencies and corporations on board. You're going to find the crux of this data, the more enriched data down below in the description. But you have over 10 different registration companies, ANAB accredited, okay, in China. I believe in a world economy, yes. But when you have a balloon that's nuclear powered, more than likely flying over our country from a foreign nation, I'd call that a little bit sticky, wouldn't you? Also, during the time that Zhao Jinwu sat on the IAF, you have ANSI and ANAP, okay, sitting there right over by two countries that claimed and took possession of assisting the terrorists of 9/11, up to including Pakistan, as you see at the top, who harbored Osama bin Laden. So you have the two American companies sitting right over by two countries that say that they assisted in the deaths of 3,000 American souls. And I don't say this about the people of those countries, I say it about the politicians. Also sitting right there at the same time was Lockheed Martin. Lockheed Martin sat right over by Iran and Pakistan. Isn't that a tender moment? We're going to get to what Christopher Wray said. Christopher Wray said this. Now, Christopher Wray is the director of the FBI. In November 15, 2022, he was giving a deposition to, I think it was Congress, and he was asked about China and TikTok, and he said they're both detriments to our country. And by the way, I think I said the China National Accreditation Services from Zhao Jinwu is in Peking, China. So this is basically what Christopher Wray said. Christopher Wray said, Chris Wray, FBI, says the whole of the Chinese society is a threat to the U.S. and that Americans must step up to defend themselves. He also said that Christopher Wray says Chinese espionage poses most severe threat to American security. FBI Director Christopher Wray making his mark as a loud and insistent China critic. China is determined to steal up economic ladder at U.S. enterprise. FBI Chief Christopher Wray says. Head of America's principal federal law enforcement agency calls intelligent threat posed by China broader and more severe than that of any other country. Then that means even Russia, okay? When you hear Russia's hacking, China is worse. And this was China's response into what Christopher Wray says and what they think about Christopher Wray. Vulgar, arrogant, mentally challenged, a lowlife, asked Chinese state media for an assessment of the U.S. Federal Bureau of Investigation Director Christopher Wray, and the response will be less than flattering. People like Wray emanate the kind of vulgarity shown by history's career lowlifes. That vulgarity floods the U.S. administration today. Well, the worst thing is that you have the FBI sitting on ANSI between 2015, and they're still sitting there, but between 2015 and 21, when you had a communist national, Zhao Jinwu, mandated by his country of origin to take your data through the China National Intelligence Law, Article number 7. And we bring Christopher Wray out here. Yes, a clown. Because he did say that. He said that the whole of the Chinese society is a threat to the U.S. and that Americans must step up to defend themselves. Well, with that nuclear-powered balloon flying over us, there it is. That's why he's got the clown suit on. You also have the man of the hour. You have Lloyd James Austin. Here he is, the Defense Department guy, right? And here he is, smiling away. The reason why they were scared to shoot that balloon down, a foreign balloon that is more than likely spying on us, is because it was more than likely nuclear powered. Yes, how do you think it got here so fast? With their engines, with their electronics, they're not electric driven. They probably more than likely the reason why the Pentagon was scared to shoot it down was probably because of the nuclear fallout that probably would have happened. Okay, possibly. We don't know for sure. We'll never know the truth. But I will say this. The Pentagon, between 2015 and 2021, was, guess what? Being watched over and controlled by communist China because of their sitting right over by ANSI, okay? They sat on the board of ANSI. They still do. The Department of Defense has been compromised from 2015 to 2021. Now, can we say the reason? There could be two reasons why. The Pentagon is friendly with China. As you can see, friendship there. They got their data taken. By the way, we have, between these dates, massive amounts of data breaches at the Department of Defense. In fact, on some of their contracts, they require ANSI, ANAB, and IAF, 2018. That said, ladies and gentlemen, business owners, that means that the Department of Defense allowed China to come into their halls and do audits and all the rest of that stuff and gather data. They have been hacked all the time, every time, by China. And this is why, because of affiliations. I'm going to leave it here. You're going to find the rest of the data down below this video. I do a quick video today, and this video today was about nuclear-powered China spy balloon terrifies Pentagon over nuclear missile facilities and the USA. And don't let anybody kid you. These affiliations are going to be the destruction of America. Absolutely. 203-556-1493 or Daryl, TQRS, @yahoo.com. I thank you, and I look forward to hearing from you.